Hey folks, this is Manuel from Steadybit. Today I want to introduce you to the newest member of your reliability team, SteadyBuddy. It's an AI companion for automating your reliability work. It can suggest experiments tailored to your system, lets you create experiments using natural language, and it helps you to understand why an experiment failed so that you don't need to dig through the results on your own. This is just the beginning of SteadyBuddy. Our path forward is to automate more and more of the reliability work that eats your time, so that you can focus on building reliable systems instead of being buried in manual testing and validating the reliability. SteadyBuddy is part of Steadybit Labs, which is how we work at the cutting edge together with interested customers. It lets us ship features early, get real feedback, and shape these features around what actually delivers value. Let's take a look at SteadyBuddy. After you have logged into the Steadybit SaaS environment, you can directly jump from the dashboard into SteadyBuddy and learn what kind of data will be shared with our AI provider. Only after you have enabled SteadyBuddy for your tenants, this data is actually shared. If you decide to not opt in for SteadyBuddy, the data will never be shared with any external AI provider. Also for on-premise air-gapped customers, this looks slightly different. We will cover that at the end of the video. So once I decide to enable SteadyBuddy for the tenant, SteadyBuddy is busy with analyzing the system based on the infrastructure data and will suggest experiments. Here we go. SteadyBuddy suggests in total 3 different experiments for my global environment. And you can also see one of it is marked as beginners friendly. So I can simply pick that one and ask it to create an experiment. It's now crunching all the details and will come up with an experiment shortly. That's it. SteadyBuddy has created an experiment draft. I can open it up to see it in the experiment editor in a familiar way, or I can also run it immediately. Now, another nice example of SteadyBuddy is to use natural language to describe an experiment, and this way make it really easy to recreate a past incident based on postmortem analysis. Like I've done it over here, where I briefly describe the experiment I want to create, and it will ask me questions back so that I can step-by-step create the experiment pretty easily. Here we go. It has now created the experiment draft. You can see it also asks questions around which environment should be used or how to validate whether the system is still working as expected. And as always, I can open it up or run it immediately. The last great feature of SteadyBuddy becomes handy whenever an experiment has been executed, like this one over here, which was running successfully a few runs ago, but is now constantly failing. I can now ask SteadyBuddy why this experiment is failing with a single prompt, and it now explains me in full detail what happens in the experiment, so that I don't need to dig into the experiment run. As always, we have covered all the details in our documentation, where you can understand more about the use cases and also how to activate it in SaaS environment as well as on-premises. And speaking of on-premise users, of course, we are keeping the promise of having everything air-gapped in your environment. And this way you can bring your own AI model provider like Amazon Bedrock, Olama, Anthropic, or OpenAI, and then use your own AI model to suggest experiments, create them with natural language, or understand the experiment run results. Now, really looking forward to your feedback as part of the Steadybit Labs. Thanks for watching and take care.